Ford just did what? What is going on, Nissan Nation? From all things Nissan here in my studios to wherever you're watching us around the globe, this is your Nissan Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd. Now, did you see last night what Ford did? And if you didn't, bam, here's a picture. That's right, Ford finally released the Bronco. Now, we've seen, I don't know how many spy photos we've seen of this thing, and we knew everything about it except for a few minor details like engine size and all that. But they did it. They finally gave us something that might compete with the Wrangler. Now, you're like, Dave, this is a Nissan show. What do I care about something that we don't make anything that competes with the Wrangler? And you're correct. We do not have anything right now that competes with the Wrangler, but we're going to play what if here. And we lack something that Jeep and Ford have. We lack a heritage nameplate for a vehicle of this caliber. And even if we kind of brought the Xterra or whatever back, Xterra doesn't have the heritage that Bronco had. You know, Bronco of the 60s, which this current truck is modeled after, was so desirable. Like everybody was trying to find them and try to restore those, and just wanted a really cool, maybe modern version of that. And Ford was like, hey, we take notice of that. Let us build you a new modern version of that. And they did that. Now, Nissan, like Toyota and every other import maker, they're generally conservative. They don't like to they tip their toes in a market, and if they don't feel like the water's warm enough for them, they just move on. And which a lot like they did with Xterra. Nissan, you know, the first gen was everything you need, nothing you don't. We all know the advertising. It was awesome. It got us excited. It made me want to mountain bike and kayak, and I didn't own any of that stuff. But then by 2005, we get kind of a bigger, stronger version, but maybe a little more bloated version, maybe more of a soccer mom version of the Xterra. And it started meeting not everything you need. You know, it started going about, well, I need a Rockford Fosgate system, or I need more creature comforts, which they did. They offered it, and the Gen 2 Xterra started off very well. But Xterra just doesn't have, us in the United States know it, but it doesn't have like something to kind of get the world excited like Bronco is. Now, they do have something called the Patrol. They could get Americans, and especially off-roaders, we know what the Patrol is. And even though I've done 3 Xterra builds, and I've taken them all over the country and had a blast doing it, Patrol, if you go into any Jeep group or something, you mention Patrol, and they will show some respect to that nameplate. Now, did Patrol ever sell well here in the United States? No, they barely ever brought us any here. But that's not to say that we don't know what that nameplate means. Now, Nissan is not in a position right now to let's go develop another billion-dollar vehicle. And like I've said many times, to develop a vehicle, it's a billion. That's right. Then this next frontier cost Nissan $1 billion to develop. And while you might go, well, they sell a lot of it, it does take time to kind of recoup that money. Now, is there enough game? Are there enough ducks in this pond for Nissan or any import person to want to go, hey, let's jump into this? I don't think so. I think Bronco will sell well, and I think it will challenge Wrangler. But at the end of the day, I still think it's a fairly low volume for Ford. Now, obviously, we all know what the Wrangler does, and Ford will chip away at that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be, those two are going to battle it out, and they'll steal sales from each other, and that's it. Nissan, on the other hand, we all know what, like, look at the Titan. Titan sales never have done anything. Xterra sales towards the end were only selling like 1,500 of those things a month. Now, that just doesn't cut it anymore, and they need something to build excitement. And that's why I think Patrol could do that for Nissan. But you take and you pluck something that they already have. You go, I've mentioned this before. They've got a Terra in the Philippines that they could pluck and bring to the United States. Yes, now it would have to go through some, a little bit more stringent safety regulations, but they could do it. And it would be a bargain for them to do. But Nissan isn't known for lifting anything or offering, exciting tire packages. Even in Xterra's heyday with the Pro 4X model, they put a BF Goodrich Long Trail tire on it that never looked off-road worthy at all, where its competitor to the FJ was putting BF Goodrich KOs on their truck, and it just looked more off-road. Now, yeah, we all, true off-roaders, yeah, I'm probably going to modify my vehicle and put the tires I want on it, but at the end of the day, we're a small percentage of the people that would buy these vehicles. And if your husband, wife, or whoever looks in the over there and they see kind of the base model, and then they see something that's a little shinier and flashier and it looks tougher, maybe you go all in on that. And we all know the profits are better on those kind of vehicles anyways. But in my opinion, they grabbed the Patrol, or they grabbed the Terra, rename it a Patrol here in the United States. And I know that's going to piss my Australians off, and so be it. It's a nameplate that Nissan needs to use here in the United States anyways. You grab that nameplate, you make something that's everything you need, nothing you don't, a stripped down version. I don't want fancy electric seats. Go with the manual seats. You could put manual doors in this thing and it would still sell. Now, speaking of doors, it's always going to have a door. Nissan is not ever building anything with removable doors. And guys, the solid axle guys, they haven't built anything solid axles here in the United States since the early 80s. So let's not ever think that's coming back. And we all know IFS is, for on-road use, is a better system anyways. But they take the Terra, they rebadge it here in the United States, and they don't even go after Ford Bronco and Wrangler. Your competition for this has always been 4Runner anyways. So, Toyota's got a new 4Runner coming out, I think by 2023, 2024, which seems a long ways away, but it's really not in the car world. They grab that and they get ahead of Toyota, and they might steal a little bit of sales that way, and you build your own excitement. Nissan does not need to go all in on somebody else's style of vehicle and just try to battle the Bronco right now. Now, I like the Bronco. I think it's amazing, and it makes me go, do I want to own a Bronco? It made me think that when I saw that reveal last night, which was amazing. And Nissan, with the way the global pandemic's doing, all these manufacturers have to do these digital releases like this, and they won't allow the press to, it's a very select handful of press that actually get to see these things. They, what I've seen of their press releases aren't looking good. Now, we got Aria coming up later this week, and I'm a little worried about that, their digital release on that. So we'll see on that. But at the end of the day, is Nissan going to take on Wrangler? No. They just cannot do it. And so let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Nissan has the balls to do something like this? Or are you with me that they just pluck something from another market and just kind of bring it here, beef it up a little bit, and we get what we get? So, from all things Nissan here in my studios to wherever you're watching us around the globe, this has been your Nissan Nation, and we've been talking Bronco? Peace, everybody. Love y'all.